because coatings, epoxy and polyaspartic coatings, epoxy for the base, throw the chips in, polyaspartic for the clear coat, they are sealed. And when I say sealed, it's not like saying sealer. This is much, much thicker. It's extremely chemically resistant. It's extremely scratch resistant. So our floors tolerate gasoline being spilled on them, oil being dripped on it, road salt, antifreeze. A lot of those chemicals have no effect on it whatsoever. And even if it does end up getting dirty, okay, it's dirty. Well, the reality is all that is just topical. It isn't down in the pores. You don't have to pressure spray it. It's go out and mop it, hose it down. And for the most part, oftentimes it's just a matter of vacuuming up most of the debris and giving it a quick mop real quick. We talk about these disastrous solutions. Garages really only benefit from, it could be a chip coating like we normally do. It could be solid color. I don't recommend it only because it doesn't hide any of the dirt. It could even be the metallic swirled epoxies, but they are extremely hard to keep clean looking and they show scuffing quicker. That's why you do flake floors. They look like terrazzo. They break up the appearance. They're beautiful looking, but they also hold up this way the longest of all the types of coatings by far, hands down.
And it really comes down to those other solutions. It comes down to maintenance. We talked about on our other podcast, specifically talking about the floor coverings and stuff. The epoxy polyaspartic systems that we're installing with the chips, it really comes down to they're just the easiest to maintain by far.
They are, and it really doesn't matter. Like I said at the beginning, we're not really making this just for our consumer in our service area.
Yeah.
This is stuff I know from 22 years of dealing with it and being trained in all these systems. I've done the overlays. I've done polished concrete. I've acid stained concrete and dyed it. They all have their place, but their place is not in a residential garage.
Yeah.
They just are not fitting. It's like saying I'm going to put indoor carpet out on my sidewalk and saying, well,
yes,
you can do it. Well, just because you can doesn't mean you should do it.
Right. Right.
And I just, after 22 years, I cannot find anything that's going to work better in a garage floor than professional grade high performance coatings.